Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. April Fool's Day. No. I'm Savannah. This is my Flosstube channel. I think it's Flosstube. I don't even know. I didn't even look. So you'll see it below, right? In the title. um, it is April 1st. That's all I got to say about it. I know some people don't like life date updates. Some people do. I don't normally do them because I don't feel like my life is that interesting enough, but because of what is going on in the world right now, I'll just say that this is week 3 for me being home. I've only left the house twice in the last 3 weeks, and that is to go to the grocery store. While my days don't seem that much different, other than taking my, not taking my kids to school, I'm starting to. Well, last week it sucked real bad. You're told you can't leave the house, and that's when you want to leave the house so bad. But when I can leave the house, I don't want to. Of course, I have to be like that. But so that's what we're doing. Like I said, this is week 3. My children have been out of school for 3 weeks now. We just started e-learning this week because last week was spring break for us. The week before that, my kids would have been in school, but they shut down everything. My husband still has to go to work. I don't know why. I don't know why his company would think he's like their company, like all of them, not just my husband, but not every, or it's not essential necessarily, if I can speak. I'm not sure what I'm trying to even say anymore. So, but that's that. I mean, obviously, my husband and I have binge watched Tiger King. My husband wants a shirt that says Free Joe, but I don't know if I want to make that for him. What else? That's it. Like I said, I don't talk much about my life. There's not much that's going on. I wake up, feed my children and my cats. I stay in my pajamas all day. Usually I actually got dressed for you guys, so you're welcome. And then I usually knit most of the day. I do. I've been working on the sweater that I'll talk about in my knitting podcast later this month. So there's that. I usually do that most of the day, with, breaks here and there to take care of my children. And then in the evenings is when I do all my stitching. Last week I did do Legos. Well, Lego. It's just Lego. My kids have a cart. I think it's a 10 drawer cart, I believe. And we have all the Legos separated by color. And we spent all day last week, one of the days last week, doing that. My fingers hurt so bad taking apart all those Legos because I wanted to take apart every piece, even if it was the same color group. I wanted all those pieces taken apart because my children have a bunch of sets that got mixed in with this cart that shouldn't have. And so I need to go through this cart and go through the back, like in the back of instruction booklets, there's usually an inventory of what pieces go to that set. So I've done 3 sets so far, small ones for my son because he wouldn't leave me alone about it. So we have a couple big ones for my daughter that I need to go through and just find all the pieces for. It's not fun, but it needs to be done just because they'll be separating soon, as in my daughter will have her own bedroom soon. And so I want to get their stuff kind of separated so it'll be easier when that time comes. Plus, it's not like we have much to do with everything that's going on in the world. Anyways, so I guess that's my life update. Not doing too much, but doing a lot. Okay, stitching stuff. So I'll show you what I finished earlier this month. It's just a little. It is the April block for, what is this again? The Square Dance. It's the Square Dance series by Heart and Hand. This one took me 2 days to stitch up. So I need to get May and June done, so those are at least finished, and then I can purchase the next series, because they do come three to a booklet thing. I don't have it with me right here, but it's a stitched on sorry, 32 count linen in vintage country mocha. I think that's what the called for is. And then it's just a mix of DMC and Classic Colorworks, because I don't have every color that's called for, so I just kind of substitute. And then just felt, and then there's a magnet underneath the felt there, so I can stick it to my box. So that goes up today. What else was finished this week? My Wonders of Space Block 3 I finished. I think this one took me 4 days total this month. But it's Pluto. I was very happy to see Pluto. So let's focus on Pluto. It even has his heart. Look at how cute. Love Pluto. So that's fantastic. I'm excited to see what else is in this series. So I finished that. I'm sorry, all of a sudden my throat decided to say, no, you're not going to talk today. All right. If you notice, my angling is just a little bit different. It is incredibly overcast today, and the lighting is just very poor. I didn't want to wait to film this video. It needed to be done today. So I scooched my computer over a bit. I have my overhead light on, and yeah, hopefully this is just at least a little bit better than what it would have been if I would have been facing this way. Okay, I'm actually going to show you 2 new starts, and then I'll show you my whips. So I did decide to just start some stuff. It was just like one day. I probably only stitched on them for an hour or 2, and then said, nah, I'm good. This first one is a freebie, or at least it was when I got it. It's a freebie by Park Hopper Bart on Instagram. I will link below. From what I understand is he went to one of the Disney parks and saw this cross-stitch piece hanging on the wall, and I guess he managed to get several photos of it and was able to convert it into a cross-stitch pattern, and then he was giving it out for free. I don't know if it's still for free. I don't know if he's charging now, but it is called Royal Summer House. It's from Anna and Elsa. It's oops, wrong way. It looks like that. I guess this is a cross-stitch piece that's hanging in one of the rides. And so, again, I'll link below so that you can find it yourself, hopefully. This is all I did. So I'm stitching this on this is a 36 linen, 36 count linen, just white. Something I had in stash. I should probably put this needle away. So I store my needles right here on my needle minder board. It's a pretty good spot for them, I think. But yeah, that's just one start I did. I have nowhere to really put this. I've run out of project bags, so I can't go to the store to buy stuff, so this really sucks. My second start is my Mirabilia. Is the Cathedral Woods Goddess. So I was gifted this last year by Lori Griffor. If you guys remember her at all, she passed away in November 2019. She gifted this to me before that, so I thought I should really stitch this up, and then on the back when I frame it, I'm going to put in memory, you know, her birthday and her death day. Just it needs to be done because she's greatly missed. I dyed my own fabric for this. This is I'm going to say it's a 32 count. It was a 32 count antique white Belfast, and then I dyed it myself using red dye. It's not exactly what I had pictured, but I couldn't seem to achieve what I wanted, so this is what came out instead. Oh, and you can't. The wrinkles when I wash are so bad, but that's even after ironing it. Well, not the fold lines, but all those creases. I used tan and brown and emerald grit dye. So it's like I did the tan bath, then I kind of did, well, tan and then the brown like splotched all over in a bowl on top of the fabric, and then I kind of just flicked the emerald green dye, onto the fabric while I had it laid out. Yeah, it's not exactly what I had imagined, but it does. Oops, that's the backside. But it works, you know, it's gonna work. But it's, like I said, this is incredibly terrible lighting. You can't, because of these stinking wrinkles. Like this is from washing it, but I can't get it to iron out. So those are kind of the splotches. So they look more tealy than they do green, so they kind of match her dress pretty well. Just a small start. I started it the same day that Running Stitch started it for her birthday sale. So that's all I did, guys. That's all I did. Yeah, not a lot. But it needed to be started at least. I think when I get things started, then I have more of a desire to stitch on, or, you know, I can put them in my list of whips to stitch, and then I know it'll get some attention. The beginning of the month started with my oldest angel, which is Heaven and Earth design. I believe this is my first Heaven and Earth design. It's by James Christensen. I do not have a cover photo, so I will insert one. And this is where I am at. It is a hot mess looking. Oh, let me... I know I should be probably like this way or something. So I had a couple of danglies, not a whole heck of a lot on the side, but I had a few, so I filled those in first so they're out of my way. And then I decided to go over here because that entire page plus the next page down, just pretty much this whole, you know, this whole bit, and I added from here over. It's all 939, all of it. All of that, except for, you know, where the little stars are going to be. It's all 939. These are just my waist tails that will get trimmed off when I get to them. But yeah. So yeah, I started, like right where his nose is, kind of, and stitched all that in a week. It was pretty good. I want to say about 4,000 stitches. Well, they're half stitches, so 2,000 stitches. But yeah, I have a lot to fill in. And then I'll go back and I'll probably fill these in another time once I get this whole thing finished. Because it was just really easy to focus on that one color and just get that going. This is a 28 count, easy count fabric. It's my favorite to do full coverage on. I have not ever finished anything on this though, so I'm a little nervous about those lines coming out. I know that it does take very hot water and some extra love and attention to get those out, so I'm hoping for the best. Hoping for the best. So that was the first week of March, because it just happened to land well enough. Next, I worked on No Cause for a Llama. This is a Again, I don't have a photo, so I'll insert one. It's a Bothy kit, Bothy threads kit. A friend and I went half on this, so we each paid like what, $15, because I think it's 36. It's in the 30s, I can't remember, but I know we paid half each. And then so I got the fabric, she kept the floss, and then there's actually 2 copies of the pattern in there, one with backstitch, one without. So I got the one with the backstitch, but all I had to do was, you know, let her see that because she already had the other pattern. Anyways, so it was a pretty good, nice compromise. The fabric is a Aida, I think 16 count Aida, but it doesn't bother me. So when I had this last, I wish I did before pictures, but I don't. There's maybe one day I'll do that, but that seems like a lot of work. I just had a few stitches in the nose area, and then a majority of the glasses finished. That's it. So I added both eyes, and then started finished up the nose-ish area. There is a couple stitches down here that need to be filled in, and then started the ear. So coming along real well. Super cute. And I got my llama face Cusco needle minder, which doesn't really work as a needle minder. Like, the magnet is not strong enough to go through this metal, so I have to put my needle underneath. But it's still cute, right? So yep, there's that one. What else? What was next? I only worked on that one for 6 days because my son's birthday was on the 14th. So I kind of took that day off. Next, I worked on this one. I can't really tell you much about. I don't even know if I'll show you. I worked on another full coverage piece. You might have seen it on my Instagram. I'm not sharing details. I'm probably not going to share that on here. So another week of, and it was all 310. I worked on all 310. And then after that was another HAED. This is a week of full coverage pieces, it feels like. This one, I do have a cover picture, so I can show you. Come on. This one's called SK Pocahontas by Melanie Delon. And this is, let me put this over my bag maybe. So this is what I have. So I had most of this page finished because when I started this, I worked from a different like PDF reader, and so I did most of that page. And then when I picked it up this week, I added in everything here, here, and all this. What I decided to do was I did start with this color. I'm not entirely sure why. I think I just wanted to see where the edge of the piece was. But after I finished that color, like I completely finished that color, I decided that I would start at the top of Pattern Keeper. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. Let's see. I just want to show you the color list. That's not gonna show me the color list on here. Oh, okay. So let's see, can I, oh, I can't even, it's so bright. Hold on. Let's see if this works. Okay. So when I use Pattern Keeper on my tablet, the key just sits to the right of the actual pattern, so I can see it all the time. And it's lovely to watch the numbers go down as I'm working on it. So after I finished this like reddish brown color, I decided, hey, why not just start at the top and work my way down and color complete that way. So on my pattern, this one actually says 0, and this one says 0, and this one says 0, and then this one says, I think, 600 left. And then I have several other that are 0 too, because I guess they only showed up in this page right here, so I already have several other colors finished as well. This color right here is the one that I said I have about 600 left. This color, with after having this page finished, this color is the one that had the most stitches left, because that's what I was actually going to start with. You know, work the biggest number and then work my way down, but then I decided to do just color complete, since this one was at 2,000 stitches for that color. That's not that big. So it didn't matter if I got other colors finished first. So yeah, I have a little bit more coloring right in this area of this, and then that color will be complete, and then it's just so on and so forth. I'm debating on pulling this back out after I'm done doing my entire list of whips and seeing how far I can get on this before the end of the year. I have a feeling I could finish it if I put my mind to it, but I also don't know if I'll want to do that. This is 2 over 1/10 stitch on the 28 count easy count. It's an even weave, so works up real nice. And when I do this area, I just work down the column and then come back up the column. That way I don't get lost or miss a stitch. I mean, granted, that way I'm not carrying my threads too far, especially if I was going like this and this and this and this and this, or whatever, kind of like what I've done up here. I'll show you the back. I never show my backs. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about carrying my threads when I do stuff like that. I'm not concerned about how messy my backs get. I'm really not. So I have way messier backs than that. Anyways, so that is that one. I worked on that one for 7 days as well. I would have kept going if I didn't have my heart set on doing the way I am doing, where I work on a whip a week. The one that is for these last 3 days, I'm not going to show this month. I will just show it next month, when that week is, from when my week is over. Sorry, I just want to get the brightness back up. Okay, yeah, I just figured once that session is done with that, then I'll show it, so it'll be next month. Other than that, I don't have anything else. Nothing cross stitch wise. I have no haul that I can remember. Let me double check. Oh, I guess I must have bought some floss. Yeah, I bought floss from Joann's before the quarantine happened. What was this for? Oh, I ran out of like almost all the colors needed for the llama in the No Cause for a Llama, so I went and got like 2 of each color so I would have some on stash. Some more toile for a piece I have later on down the road, and more B5200 because you never know. That is it for all. That is. Yeah, thanks for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting. I really appreciate it. And thank you to everybody else who's actually putting content out right now. I feel like I have more than enough to watch, and it's really nice. I mean, like I said, my days aren't that different, but just being able to have things to watch has been really, really nice. All right, I'll see you guys next month for my update. All right, guys. Bye.